I knew Diddy had a lot of surprising connections, but Oprah? I never even thought they were in the same atmosphere, let alone the same friend circle.
You attend any of P. Diddy's parties? Were you involved in any of the freak-offs?
It's not easy for me, for Jay, for Oprah. I don't want nobody to get it twisted.
The horrifying Diddy story is heating up and implicating many major celebrities. And one of those people was Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey and Diddy, they go way back. They are very close friends. He has something to do with the Diddy parties.
Oprah's got a history with Diddy that some people would find very surprising. She's interviewed him before, been to the same events and fundraisers. And a new rumor suggests that she might have something to do with the Diddy case. Some people are even saying she's about to get sued by Gayle King.
Who picking up the tab when you and Oprah go out?
Her security.
Word on the internet recently had people buzzing with the claim that Oprah Winfrey had skipped town and left the US after an alleged video involving Sean Diddy Combs surfaced. The rumor started with a post from the YouTube channel Rap Heat on Thursday, November 14th, 2024. The video, titled "Breaking News, Oprah Has Fled," was captioned with "5 minutes ago, FBI reveals Oprah has fled the country after Diddy footage leaked." And it didn't take long for the post to go viral, racking up more than 1.3 million views in under a day. What did the video talk about? Well, they brought up Diddy possessing incriminating tapes involving celebs that weren't exactly adults yet. So far, pretty believable. Then they said that Oprah was rumored to have spent $75 million to secure these tapes. Wait, what? Hold on, let me keep going. They then covered Oprah's abrupt exit from the country following Diddy's arrest. Okay, that's very suspicious, but surely Oprah has never done anything weird in the past, right? Beef defamation lawsuit? What does that even mean? Sarah Palin? Healing? Hold on. Well, as it turns out, Oprah doesn't exactly have a clean history. The video brought up the other moments in her celeb life that went completely sideways, like when she mentioned that mad cow disease had put her off burgers forever. Cattle ranchers practically lit their torches and then filed lawsuits. Fast forward to more eyebrow-raising moments like her unexpected advice in 2005 about bedroom activities that had parents scrambling for the remote and the FCC jumping in. Or how about the time she backed Obama but refused to host Sarah Palin, making it look less like personal preference and more like political gatekeeping. Let's not even get into her endorsement of other ways to heal yourself. In the past, her supporters rallied to her defense at the first whiff of anything fishy. This time, crickets. Not a peep from the usual cheerleaders, which is enough to make anyone raise an eyebrow. Social media, naturally, as it does, is having a field day with the theories, drawing wild conclusions about her wealth and connections. And speaking of connections, it's not lost on anyone that she's rubbed shoulders with some of the most powerful figures around, from Hollywood elite to political titans. So if she's protecting herself, who else might she be shielding? But as it turns out, the story was all smoke and mirrors. Rap Heat's bio makes it pretty clear that their content is purely for entertainment purposes only and often includes rumors, speculation, or exaggeration. So no, Oprah hasn't actually fled the country. But don't forget, just because it's fake now doesn't mean it'll always be fake, or that there isn't some sort of truth in it. Stories surrounding Diddy tend to be self-fulfilling prophecies in a way. I mean, with the Cassie situation, he denied literally everything until he was caught red-handed with the video that came out. Diddy has always lied and kept secrets. During Oprah's interview with him in 2006 for her magazine, she asked one question that he absolutely would not answer. The conversation for Oprah's O magazine started out simple enough, with Oprah asking how he got the name Puff Daddy. "It's a nickname somebody gave me," Diddy answered, and when he was asked what it meant, he remained particularly evasive. "I've never told anyone that. I know you get people to tell you everything, Oprah, but I can't look you in the eye and explain that one." She then asked if they called him Puff because he was puffed up, to which he said, "It's just a silly name." Oprah then gave up, saying, "I can see that you're not going to tell me," to which Diddy replied, "I'll answer every other question." When Diddy was charged with owning self-defense items and bribery after an incident at a New York City nightclub, he wanted to change his name quickly, even though he was later acquitted of the charges. No more Puff Daddy. The first week in June, we're gonna have a name change ceremony, he told MTV News in 2001. I'm rocking with P. Diddy now. My man Biggie gave me that name. He added at the time. He later dropped the P and just went by Diddy to create a closer connection between him and his fans. More recently, Diddy dropped the Diddy altogether and went by the name Love. That's just plain creepy. Sorry. So Oprah may not know everything, but who's to say they didn't go off record and talk a bit longer? Maybe she really does know the meaning of his name and just didn't say anything. Some comments under the video were pretty passionate too. One user said, "She's as guilty as Diddy. Birds of a feather flock together. She must be imprisoned." And hey, if the story was true, I can't really blame them for this one. I was starting to think the same thing. Another commenter said, "Oprah never had a squeaky clean image. Right from the start, her family told the world that she was lying about her ever-changing home life. She has always been a headline grabber who is a complete stranger to the truth." I also saw a lot of comments regarding her purchase of a Hawaiian estate. It seems like some other stuff she's done was pretty weird. Now, I wouldn't blame you if you haven't heard about what's going on with wealthy Americans snapping up huge chunks of Hawaiian real estate. It really seems that everyone swept it under the rug quick. It's pretty wild, especially when you think about native Hawaiians still waiting decades, up to 40 years, just to get a piece of land that the US government promised to return after taking it more than a century ago. And get this, when those devastating fires swept through Maui, some residents trying to escape the flames were stopped at the gates of Oprah's massive fenced-off property. She wasn't even there at the time, but later opened the gates when she found out about the emergency. Still, imagine how it felt for those residents, knowing they needed official clearance just to step onto what used to be their own land. So, circling back, Oprah and Diddy have a weird history, but most of it is centered around philanthropy. While you won't find a blockbuster co-project with their names on it, they've definitely crossed paths in impactful ways. For example, Oprah once had P. Diddy on her show for an in-depth chat, not just about his career, but about the importance of giving back. That interview helped spotlight Diddy's commitment to social responsibility and community initiatives at the time. Plus, both are fixtures at major events like the Met Gala, where they often champion their causes and support the broader movement for change. Both Oprah and Diddy have serious resumes when it comes to giving back. Oprah's well-known Oprah Winfrey Foundation zeroes in on education and empowerment, especially for women and children. From founding schools in South Africa to pushing for better literacy programs, she's all about opening doors for underserved communities. Diddy's philanthropic side seemed just as committed. Remember the Vote or Don't campaign from 2004? I can't say the actual name or we'll get demonetized. That was his brainchild, aiming to get young people energized about voting. He's also thrown his weight behind groups that offer scholarships and educational support to kids who need it most. Between the two of them, they've left a huge mark on efforts that uplift and inspire future generations. Oprah may have been a superstar host and gave out millions to people and fundraisers, but if she ends up being connected to the larger accusations surrounding Diddy, then it'll feel like tainted money real soon after. Diddy has a large roster of people he can mention were at his parties, and the videos that are hidden for now could do the same. Whether Oprah is in any mention will come down to timing.
Oprah Winfrey, once America's beloved talk show queen, is now a fugitive.
Is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement?
Not true.
Not true, okay.
There are some secret details about Oprah that she hides from the public.
Oprah Winfrey has been tied to so many awful people.
I knew Diddy had a lot of surprising connections, but Oprah? I never even thought for a second that they were in the same atmosphere, let alone the same friend circle.
She has a tie to one of the most evil men out there right now, Diddy.
Oprah and Diddy have a long history. They've been running the same circle for years and years, and now people are saying that she has something to do with the Diddy case.
I already knew that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested.
Some people are even saying she's about to get sued by Gayle King, who was her homegirl. Rumors started circulating online that Oprah Winfrey has left the US after a supposed video involving Sean Diddy Combs came to light. The buzz kicked off with a post from YouTube channel Rap Heat on Thursday, November 14th, 2024. The video titled "Breaking News, Oprah Has Fled" was captioned, "5 minutes ago, FBI reveals Oprah has fled the country after Diddy footage leaked."
Oprah's abrupt disappearing act has everyone asking why. Why can't Oprah stay in the United States?
The post quickly went viral, racking up over 1.3 million views in less than 24 hours. Diddy apparently had tapes involving celebs that weren't even adults yet. So far, pretty believable. And they said that Oprah was rumored to have spent $75 million to secure these tapes.
According to the source, she paid $75 million for the footage of Combs.
Wait, what? Hold on, let me keep going. They then covered Oprah's abrupt exit from the country following Diddy's arrest, and I have absolutely no words about this. Oprah's famous for being one of Hollywood's most generous gift givers. Remember when she gave away free cars to everyone in her audience? Yeah, that happened. So it's no surprise she's often asking for advice on the perfect gift. But here's the thing, she has a net worth of $3.5 billion. She's not exactly in sync with the typical budget most of us work with. In a video that kind of made its way around TikTok, Oprah was asked by a fan what he should get for his sick mom. After thinking for a bit, she recommended a red jewelry box she thought would cost around $100. Now to Oprah, that might have seemed like pocket change, but for this guy, $100 is a big deal. So when he asked if she could suggest something cheaper, she responded with, kind of condescendingly by the way, lower than $100?
Too expensive for me.
No, it's not. It's really not. It's like $100 and some dollars.
A little lower in my price budget.
Lower than $100?
Oprah was shady for this. Cindy Crawford was on the Oprah Winfrey Show almost a dozen times over the years, but it seems that she hasn't quite forgiven Oprah for how she was treated during her very first appearance. In the first episode of the Apple TV documentary, The Supermodel, Cindy Crawford opens up about how uncomfortable she felt meeting Oprah back in 1986. She was just 20 years old at this time, and she was on the show with John Casablancas from Elite Modeling Agency. She was pretty much ignored by Oprah, who instead turned to her rep and asked if she always had such a body.
Did she always have this body? Stand up just a moment. Now this is what I call a body.
Things only got worse from there. Cindy talked about this, and what she said was, looking back now, Oprah was like, stand up, show us your body, show us why you're worthy of being here. At the time, I didn't realize how wrong it was, but watching it now, I was like, wow, that was really not okay, especially from Oprah.
Oh my gosh, that was so not okay, really, especially from Oprah.
And then back to Gayle King. She was Oprah's longtime friend at the time. She defended Oprah and said it's not Oprah's thing to make anybody feel badly. Eventually, Oprah took the clip down from her YouTube channel. So another thing about Oprah is people say she has a habit of sticking her nose when it's not always wanted. In 2010, she asked Monique if she could feature her brother, who had touched her when she was a youngin', on an episode of the show. Monique agreed, but was left stunned when she tuned in and saw that Oprah had also interviewed several other family members. Monique told The Hollywood Reporter that she had specifically told Oprah about her rocky relationship with her mom when the show aired. She even said that her and her mom weren't speaking at all to Oprah. So you can imagine her surprise when she saw the episode, noticed her mom trying to profit from this situation. Monique said, I know my family, and after that she tried calling Oprah because she wanted to call her out, but none of her calls were returned. It wasn't until 4 years later at an Oscars party that Monique finally confronted Oprah. Oprah supposedly acted surprised and said, I didn't know anything about your mom and dad being on the show. If I've done anything to offend you, I apologize. But no, Monique wasn't having it. She felt like Oprah still wasn't being fully honest with her. In 1988, Oprah was probably thinking she'd landed one of her juiciest celebrity interviews yet. After all, Elizabeth Taylor was a Hollywood legend who'd seen it all, she's done it all, and she is the epitome of beauty, class, and grace. But the big tell-all Oprah was expecting never really happened. In fact, Elizabeth Taylor barely said a word at all during the interview. Things got even more awkward when Oprah broke her promise to steer clear of Taylor's colorful love life. When Oprah asked a particularly nosy question, Elizabeth shot back with, none of your business.
None of my business.
None of your business. Oh, I love Elizabeth. After getting nothing but one-word answers, a clearly frustrated Oprah sarcastically said, you're so revealing, you just tell everything. I declare you've got to stop talking so much, Miss Taylor. Needless to say, Elizabeth wasn't amused. She later called the interview the worst interview of her life. Okay, so this one is great. Michael Jackson ignored Oprah in an interview, but I actually perceive this as kind of rude of Oprah. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, is giving you a concert right beside you, and instead of listening, you talk over him? What the heck, Oprah? Let the king sing. Why are you talking? Like, shh, Oprah, listen to what is happening. Get out of La La Land. Imagine getting a personal vocal performance from one of the greatest singers of all time, and you talk over him. Shaking my darn head at this one. Rest in peace, MJ.
I mean, all the things ever printed in the tabloid, the only thing's ever been true is when they said I couldn't dance.
It
When
doesn't
we were here the
seem to
last time
matter,
shooting the
and it
commercial.
doesn't.
In 2013, Oprah scored one of the biggest interviews of the year when Lance Armstrong admitted that all the rumors about how he won were true. By then, the disgraced cyclist had already lost most of his endorsement deals, all of his Tour de France titles, and the public's respect. In his chat with Oprah, he confessed that there was no way he could have achieved his success without doing what he did.
Did you ever blood dope or use blood transfusions to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
Oprah was clearly surprised by some of the things Lance revealed, even gasping when he said he didn't think he had an unfair advantage, suggesting that the other athletes were doing the same thing. But when she talked about the interview later, Oprah said Oprah didn't fully seem convinced that Lance told the whole truth. On CBS, she said, "He didn't come clean in the way I suspected. I felt like he already answered the questions the way he was ready to go." A lot of people found this shady of Oprah. James Frey's A Million Little Pieces was supposed to be a memoir about the things that he went through, and Oprah gave it her stamp of approval in 2005 by picking it for her famous book club. But just a few months later, the smoking gun exposed him for making up a lot of the story, including some of the activities he claimed to do. Of course, you don't mess with Oprah and get away with it, at least not in her eyes. She felt duped. Oprah had Frey back on her show to set the record straight. She said, "I don't know what's true and what's not," she said, throwing some serious shade. The public thought Oprah was too harsh, so she ended up inviting him back for a third interview. James admitted he felt ambushed during the second one, but in the end they made amends. In 2004, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen were just 17 at the time. They were on the Oprah Winfrey Show to promote their movie New York Minute. Given their age, you'd think Oprah might have been a bit more careful when it came to a sensitive topic of how much they weigh, especially since there were rumors that Mary-Kate was dealing with some stuff in regards to that. But Oprah went straight into it. When asked about the gossip, Ashley started by saying, "People are gonna write what they want. We try not to read the good or the bad because it comes with territory. You're never gonna be perfect." But before she could finish, Oprah jumped in with, "What size are you, by the way?" The twins were caught off guard by the blunt question and refused to give a number. Mary-Kate just said they'd always been petite. Oprah responded a little sarcastically with, "That's so interesting. I'm obsessed with size." And you're like, "I really don't know." At the time, no one really called Oprah out, but when the clip resurfaced in 2021, she faced a lot of critique.
Okay, so Oprah, the people's person, is getting exposed?
I already knew that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested.
Yeah, weird, right? So apparently Oprah has a dark side the rest of the public has been missing.
She has a tie to one of the most evil men out there right now, Diddy.
We all knew Oprah was an unproblematic queen, but recently she's been getting tied up with some serious drama.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement?
Not true.
She's getting in the mix of all the Diddy drama, but if we look back at some of her interviews, Miss Oprah can be caught saying some pretty crazy things.
Are you a virgin?
How could you ask me that question?
Stand up just a moment, because no one saw you come in standing up. Now, this is what I call a bod.
So, let's start off with Diddy and Oprah's longtime friendship. That's right, these two have been in the same circle for years. Recently, a video went viral on YouTube titled, "Breaking News, Oprah has fled." Uh-oh, Oprah, where are you going and what's the rush? Apparently, Oprah spent $75 million to secure these tapes that Diddy possessed involving celebs that weren't adults at the time, and we're wondering why Oprah would pay so much to get a hold of these tapes. So let me get this straight. She paid for tapes and is now fleeing the country. What could have gone wrong in between all this? Why run away if you already secure the evidence? Or is there perhaps more to the story? It looks like Oprah has been going viral on TikTok, and many people are talking trash on her name. One person suggested she took off with $100 million to Switzerland because of her completely unfounded connection to Jeffrey's recently unsealed client list. Now, $100 million is a lot of money, girl. And why Switzerland? It seems like Oprah's following Ellen DeGeneres' lead and fleeing the country. Perhaps the two interviewers have a lot more in common than we imagined. Another video with 2.3 million views went viral with the title, "I Never Trusted Oprah Winfrey," We have this guy ranting for 2 minutes straight about Oprah Winfrey's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, mentioning all the problems from old to new. Could it be possible that this academy is far from a generous act from Oprah? Or are these rants on TikTok just a bunch of theories? A lot of people feel uneasy about the relationship between Oprah and Michael Jackson. You can read right through her when you look back at her interviewing him. Jackson, the iconic musician, was giving her live performance and she couldn't keep her mouth shut and just enjoy the moment. Many people found her to be disrespectful and maybe to choose a different career if she can't be a good interviewer. During the interview, she hit Jackson with a shocking question. Are you a virgin? You don't ask a grown man that question. What were you trying to get out of that, Oprah? You should have honored that moment instead of asking unnecessary questions, weirdo. Not only was this interview uncomfortable to watch, but Oprah has been going viral from other interviews showing her grilling celebrities. In 2003, she interviewed Dolly Parton, asking her questions about her plastic surgery. Like, damn, Oprah, why are you coming at Dolly for? You couldn't just asked her questions about her music instead of being rude? One ex-user tweeted, "I'm glad more people are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't. As fake as they come. #lizard. Yikes. Oprah, 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 what big mess have you gotten yourself in? So Oprah is known for giving back to the community, but even though she has somehow managed to piss off the public again. Last September, she and The Rock having a combined net worth of over $3 billion. Yeah, $3 billion. She asked people to contribute to Maui wildflowers while only giving $10 million of their own. Come on, Oprah. You have billions of dollars. Why are you asking the working people to donate when you can easily cover that cost? Don't do something dumb and then expect people not to be upset. Do better. When it comes to money, Oprah can be very snobby and not realize that not everyone is worth billions of dollars. Shocking, right? In one viral TikTok clip, a fan asked Oprah what he should get his sick mother. Now, she recommended a jewelry box and she thought it would cost maybe around $100. This guy found that quite expensive and asked, if she could suggest something maybe cheaper. And you know what her response was? Lower than $100. Damn, Oprah, you condescending woman. That is not cool. Why don't you pay for it if you can clearly afford it? As mentioned before, Oprah can be quite rude to her guests. Cindy Crawford appeared on many episodes, but the very first appearance, Oprah rubbed her the wrong way. So on the first episode of this Apple TV documentary called The Supermodels, Sydney opened up about how uncomfortable she felt meeting Oprah for the first time. When she was just 20 years old, she went on the show with John Casablancas from Elite Modeling Agency, and Oprah pretty much ignored her the whole time. When speaking about Sydney, Oprah turned to her rep and asked if she always had such a body. But wait, it gets even worse. Oprah said to her, "Stand up and show us your body. Show us why you're worthy of being here." Oh, weird. In the documentary, Sydney mentioned, "I didn't really realize how wrong it was, but watching it now, I was like, wow, that was really not okay, especially from Oprah." Now, you want to know what I think about this? Absolutely weird. Straight up, Oprah, that was uncalled for. You should have been making her feel comfortable. Come on now. Instead, you created an unforgettable experience that she clearly never left behind. So, as of now, we know that Oprah has had a bad habit of making people feel uneasy on her show. Back in 2013, she scored an interview with Lance Armstrong, and he admitted to all these rumors about how he won were true. So at this point, Armstrong lost it all, from endorsement deals to the public's respect, and he even admitted he wouldn't have been able to achieve his success without doing what he did. So Oprah found everything he was saying shocking, and she made this clear when she talked about the interview later on. Apparently, Oprah wasn't fully convinced that he was telling the truth. She stated, "He didn't come clean the way I expected. I feel like he answered the questions the way he was ready to." Let's just say people were not happy with what she had to say, and honestly, I can see why. The man clearly said a lot and was vulnerable, but Oprah, nope, she decided it was time to be shady. Oprah is not only shady, but in some of these interviews, she's starting to look more and more weird. In 2004, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen went on the show to promote their new movie, New York Minutes, both just being 17 at the time. So being two young stars in Hollywood is already hard enough. So you'd think a woman herself would make the interview as easy as possible. But no, Oprah got straight to the point. So they were discussing gossip, and Ashley mentioned people were, writing bad things about the two of them, and they just try to stay away from all the drama. And as she continues to say, "You're never going to be perfect," she couldn't even finish the sentence before Oprah interrupted and jumped in. And you know what she said? "What size are you, by the way?" Of course the twins were caught off guard by the invasive question and refused to give any numbers. Oprah then said, "That's so interesting. I'm obsessed with size." And you're like, "I really don't know." Well, this is weird. This is really weird. And this clip went viral in 2021, and you bet she got a lot of hate, and I can definitely see why. Like, this is just weird. Why are you asking that question? Like, what do you gain from knowing that? Why are you trying to have millions of people also know this information? It's giving weird. It's giving bye, Oprah. People are not happy with Oprah, and they're ready to see her get exposed. One ex-user tweeted, "I cannot wait for Oprah Winfrey to come crashing down," with two pictures posed with P. Diddy and Harvey Weinstein just below. It's not a good look. Let's just say she's seen hanging with not good people, and the apple never falls too far from the tree. You can run away from your secrets, but eventually they will all get exposed. And I think we're seeing a lot of A-listers slowly come crashing down. But we can only wonder, who else is coming with them? Diddy's time is almost up. Ellen fled the country. And yep, Oprah's world is crashing down. So what's next for Oprah Winfrey? Will all her secrets be exposed? We've seen all these moments in the past come back to life, so what else will be revealed?